Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope your morning is going great. Mine's been awesome, and today we have a great video. We're starting off with Dafran, and it's actually interesting. We finally have context to what happened over a year and a half ago with Dafran and when he was on Selfless and he threw mid-tournament against XQC's team. Now, this is even a moment that some of you guys might not even know about because you haven't watched the professional scene for that long. So let me go ahead and explain real quick what led up to this. Selfless was a team in North America that was decent. They were around maybe top 10. They were never one of the best teams. But then they acquired Dafran, and after a couple weeks of practicing, they ended up becoming a very strong team, competing to be one of the best in North America. But unfortunately for them, they could never get over that hump of getting second place. They would constantly lose to Rogue every single finals, about 4 in a row, and then this eventually led up to a tournament where they didn't have to face Rogue anymore because Rogue had got invited to go play an OGN Apex tournament. So they flew over to Korea, and that means Selfless no longer had to play against them. Everybody thought this would finally be their time to win a big tournament in North America. The problem is they were going up against another rising team in North America who hadn't won yet either, and that was XQC's team, Yikes. And after getting beat down in the very first map, they moved on to Oasis, and well, Oasis wasn't going very well either. They were down 0-2, and on the third round, they were getting destroyed, and this is what happened, guys. Go ahead and take a look at the clip.
Final. They have to come in and pop both Blade and Visor, and they both have to go towards the combo. It's the only way I can see them bringing this back, as Ginger Pop's already going to have a resurrection for next fight.
In Dafran. What?
Wait, where did that happen?
In Spawn?
What? Fat fingered? Or maybe he's just using it to get out there faster? I don't know.
Why is he not with his team? Dafran?
That means the map is over, by the way.
Dafran has given up. Dafran's given up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I guess, you know, you just move on and that's it, but like, something I don't like about that.
The phrase is grow up, I believe, is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't even have words. It's rare that I'm left speechless, but what did we just watch from Dafran?
They could have fought that back. Like, you have Dragon Blade, you have Tactical Visor. If you can take the Sky out, then you're fine, and both of those would be... I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, look, you are right.
So as you can see, the casters, the analysts, they didn't really like it, and honestly, a lot of the viewers were like, what is he doing? You could have went and tried to use that blade and taken out Yikes and maybe come back. I know it's grim, you're already down 0-2 on the map, and you're also down in that round pretty much 0 to 99%, but you just don't give up like that. It looks very bad. And honestly, it's what led to Dafran throwing in ranked games, and eventually getting him banned for Season 1 of Overwatch Contenders. And then eventually, which led him not to compete in Overwatch League Season 1. And ever since this happened, we've never gotten any context publicly about what exactly was going on in the team environment when he did this. And finally, someone spoke out from that team, Emong. This is what he had to say on his stream about the situation.
Alright, I'll talk about it for a second. I just want to address this. We stopped even remotely talking about that rest of that map. We were already talking about what we were gonna do next because the map was basically it was done. It was over. We kind of nonchalantly chose heroes to go to the point without any communication, just naturally. We had half the people weren't even like in their chairs. Like we were already talking about what we wanted to do next map. I think we had King's Row next maybe or something like that, or we had something else. Like we were done. We were already onto the next map. The thing is that some of us went to the point, like, just, like, naturally.
Right,
like, that's it. Like, there was no, like, okay, guys, we're touching point. There was literally...
No, Mercy.
It wasn't, like, what people thought it was. It wasn't, like, someone just...
No. Mercy? No.
That's basically it. Like, that's it.
Okay.
Like, that was literally it. There was nothing else to it. That was straight up what it was.
I'm honestly surprised, and I may be wrong, but I really have not, and I cannot remember anybody from this team coming out and saying this. I feel like somebody definitely should have said this about a year and a half ago, or at least in that span. But honestly, I'm not complaining. It's better to know now than to never know it. And it kind of does make me happy knowing that Dafran wasn't trying to throw an actual professional match, because it really did look like he did. Honestly, it just seemed like the whole entire team was very frustrated going up against Yikes, because at the time, nobody really played Pharah Mercy, and ZZA was a pretty damn good Pharah. And Selfless just honestly had no idea how to deal with it. XQC's team were running it on every single map. Dafran's Soldier wasn't working, which is why we saw him on Genji, which, to be honest, at the time, time, like, he was a good Genji, but nowhere near his level of Tracer or Soldier play. And this is truly what a lot of people look at as the fall of Dafran, the biggest moment of his career, what ended his professional play. And I agreed up until this point, because now, guys, he's joining Season 2 with Atlanta. I know they haven't confirmed it yet, but I am telling you guys, my sources are 100% on this. I am 100% on this. Dafran is joining Atlanta if Blizzard approves it, which I am pretty confident they are going to approve it, guys. And when I know, I will let you guys know. So if you want to know when that happens, you have to subscribe to my channel. You got to turn post notifications on so you can stay updated instantly on any crazy news that happens with Dafran. As well as that, guys, be sure comment down below if you're excited to see Dafran going into the Overwatch League. And now let's move on to the second topic of the day, which is talking about the Hangzhou team, which I think I pronounced it correctly for once, guys. I am pretty much leaking the entire roster, all 8 players they have signed so far. This is big news, guys. Pretty much an entire expansion team is finalized. We're going to go over who each player is, what they've done in the past, what team they were a part of, all the good stuff. Let's hop into it. And now hopping into it, we have our first player, Guju, who comes from LGD Gaming. And if you guys do not know, he is Chinese. So we will have a Chinese player on the Hangzhou roster. And honestly, he's been really successful in the Chinese scene. He just got done competing in the Overwatch World Cup 2018 Bangkok qualifier. They got first place. And he made some incredible plays. I know some of you guys have seen some of those clips. We'll also be playing them as I talk right now. And previously competing in Overwatch Contenders China, he's gone far every single season, making it all the way to the finals, barely losing to Lucky Future Zenith twice, which honestly has been their Achilles heel. LGD Gaming, in the past 4 tournaments they've played in, they made it to the finals in 3 of them and lost to Lucky Future Zenith every single time, even losing 3-4 in a best of 7 series once. They also lost to X6 Gaming in previous tournaments, and he competed with this team overall for an entire year. He's a main tank player, his Winston's incredible, and I'm super excited to see him on this roster. I'm happy that there is at least one Chinese player, because moving on now, guys, they're all going to be Korean. And we did just mention X6 Gaming. Well, we have a lot of X6 Gaming players coming over, so let's go ahead and go over them real quick. So we have 4 players from X6 Gaming moving over. I'm going to group 3 of them together since they've played their entire careers together, and one of them is sort of new. So starting off with those first 3 players, we have Godsby, who is a DPS player. Then moving on, we have No Smite, who is a main tank player, which is interesting because they did pick up Guju's. So now they have 2 main tank players. And then moving on to the third X6 Gaming player that was picked up, we have the last one, Bebe, who is a flex support player. We see him on Zenyatta, Ana, stuff like that. Now, all 3 of these guys have competed for X6 Gaming for over a year and a half. Their first tournament together was Nexus Cup 2017 Spring, which was in March 2017. So literally a year and a half, all 3 of these players have competed on the same team. And also for all 3 of them, this was their very first professional Overwatch team. So their entire careers have consisted of playing together, and they've been quite successful. Overwatch Apex Challenger Season 3, which was the promotion tournament to Apex Season 3, they placed first place, moving on to the playoffs in Season 3, where they did pretty good. Season 4, they slipped a little bit, placing 7th through 8th, and then moving on into Overwatch Contenders Season 1, this is where we see that 4th player from X6 Gaming that is joining the Hangzhou roster. His name is Rhea, and he's an off-tank player. Now, prior to joining X6 Gaming, he did compete for RX Foxes in Season 4 of Apex, where he did place 4th. So he was a strong player prior to joining X6 Gaming, and he might have been the big reason why X6 Gaming were bolstered to the best team in Korea when he joined in Season 1 of Contenders. This is where they really shined, getting a 4-0 win, a complete clean sweep over O2 Ardiant in the grand finals. And obviously this is where they earned a lot of recognition and shown that they clearly are one of the best teams outside of the Overwatch League. Going into Season 2 now, they didn't play as good. They did lose to Element Mystic in the first round of the playoffs, 2-3. It was a very close match, and Element Mystic are definitely a strong team, or I guess were a strong team. So these 4 players from X6 Gaming, they have good history, they've competed together for a long time, and Hangzhou, I think they're going to be pretty competitive going into Season 2, and that puts the roster so far at a total of 5 players. And the last 3 players that are joining this roster also come from a previous team in Overwatch Contenders Korea, and that is 7. The players' names are Bazi, who is a DPS player, Revenge, who is a support player, and lastly we have Adora, who is also a DPS player. Now, prior to Overwatch Contender Season 1, 7 really didn't compete too much, and this was the first tournament they all played together. In Season 1, they got 5th through 8th place, getting knocked out in the first round to Metabellum, 2-3. Then moving on to Season 2, they didn't play all that great. They didn't even make it out of the group stage, placing 9th through 10th. Now, these are some good players despite not getting that great of results in Season 2, and I think combining them with the X6 players, they can be a really strong team. Now, at a total total of 8 players, they could go straight into the Overwatch League and have no problem, but I do think they're going to sign at least one more player because they kind of do lack a main support and possibly another off tank. Overall though, that's going to be it for the Hangzhou roster. Those are 8 of the brand new players joining the team. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. You guys will stay updated on everything. Also check out my Patreon. There's awesome rewards on there. We're just about to do the first week's voting for your guys' video that you want me to watch. So if you want to participate in that, you have to hop onto the Patreon. Link will be down below. That's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.